What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well, having a good Thursday. It is match day. I would maybe sing the final countdown. Maybe it's a little bit too early for that. It's not the final countdown just yet. We'll wait for that later on. But yes, this evening, Manchester United versus Lyon, Europa League quarter-final, second leg at Old Trafford. Breathe. And breathe and breathe. It's going to be fine. We're going to do this. All right. We're going to do this. But yes, we're going to do this. Big up to everyone in the chat. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe. As you can see right there, top right-hand corner, less than 140 to go until 191K. I can see people already in the chat. Stephanie Griffiths in there says, big up, Owen. We're going to do this, Odin. Yes. Says, now you told me how to say this last night. Was it Fabsy? Is that you say is it Fabsy? I remember you saying last night how to pronounce it. It was on with Flex and myself on the Football Flex. Max says solo viewing, not for long. Not for long. Flex will be joining us in about 3 minutes time. You're just a bit late. So I thought I'll just go live early, chat to you guys. So read the room. Read the room. I can already see people in the chat are saying their predictions for this evening. David says 2-1 United. Aslan's going United. Anton's going with 3-0. Stephen goes with a 3-0 loss. Top player says I could go to extra time in there as well. It was Fabsy. Yes, see, memory. Always watching. So let us know your predictions actually whilst we go on with the show this morning. How am I feeling? It's always weird watching the Europa League, isn't it? Because most of the time, the night before, you obviously watch the Champions League, and obviously on the Football Flex last night, Flex and myself watched the Arsenal game. I'd have to say, obviously put biases and, the op stuff aside, I thought Arsenal were brilliant. I thought Real Madrid was shocking, by the way. I thought they were really, really poor. But Arsenal into the semi-finals of the Champions League really, really well. The other game between Inter and Bayern was a fantastic watch, really dramatic game. And then you go to us. And because it's so bad with Manchester United, sometimes it is a bit of a relief to watch a game of football as a neutral, just because you're not going to get hurt. you're not going to get hurt and disappointed and upset with what you're watching. You can just appreciate, good football when you see it. And then it comes to tonight. Ultimately, as it says on the thumb, it's win or bust, isn't it? This is Manchester United season. I mean, it all comes to this at the moment. How many games are there left in the Premier League? Not that the Premier League matters, but I'm just looking at it for a time proximity kind of thing. So there are 6 matches left. 6 matches left in the Prem. Not long left to go until the season ends. When does the season end? End of May. So we're about a month, 5-6 weeks away from the season ending, and it means nothing, really, does it? That's when we played Newcastle at the weekend. Yes, we got battered 4-1. But even then, with how poor we were, particularly in the second half, there was this kind of feeling of, it doesn't matter. We don't care about the Premier League because the Europa League is our season. This is it. And yes, there is the concern in the back of your mind. I think some of you share this with me, that you go, yeah, but like, even if we were to win the Europa League, us being in the Champions League next season, with how we play and with these players and with the 3-4-3 and with all of it, is that where we even really necessarily deserve to be, want to be? And it's sort of, you got to park that to one side. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it and probably inevitably fall off of it, drive off of it. But this evening, it's just about getting through. Just about getting through, because let's not even talk about winning the thing. Let's not even talk about next season. Let's just talk about tonight, getting through to the semi-finals. And I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm obviously a bit of nerves, a bit of trepidation of what United are going to show up. A little bit of confidence. And you might say, where'd you get that confidence from? Well, watching the game last week in Lyon, as bad as obviously the Onana mistakes were and all that, you do have to you do have to think that, well, actually, we should have won that game. We still should have won that game. You know, we should have won it 2-0. 2 mistakes from the goalkeeper, but Lyon weren't all that. They were okay. Obviously, they got good players. Was it Mukatadze, Cherky? Lacazette even did well when he came on. Looked dangerous. But if Man United show up, then surely they could have enough at home to beat Lyon. But that's just the ultimate point. Is you never know. There have been many games this season in the Premier League that we go into. Excuse me, the Premiership. Manchester United in the Premiership. We play really bad football. It's not good football anymore. Really bad football. There have been many games where we go, oh, we should be beating this team at home, and then we just get completely played off the park. So I can't say for certain, but I do think we'll go through the other stuff further on down the line, i.e. the semi-finals, i.e. the whole thing, i.e. next season, Champions League. That's another conversation for another time, I think. But I do think we'll have just about enough. I mean, on the preview, I went with 3-1 and said I thought we'd win it quite convincingly. Am I backtracking on that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure just yet. But get involved in the chat, guys. I want to know how you're feeling. So this is like a bit of a pre-match meeting, isn't it? It's almost like a pre-match meeting, morning of. This is the equivalent of the conversation around the breakfast table, maybe in the kitchen, with a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, having your breakfast, having your cereal. What do you have for your breakfast, by the way? Let me know in the chat. I always have some almonds and blueberries and one of those Huel things, that Gary Neville, the ones that always is very strategically placed on Stick to Football, Gary Neville, just right there, just so everyone can see it. Yeah, this is the equivalent of the conversation in the morning of just, so how you feel? I've literally just had the same conversation with my dad. My dad was like, hey, how you feeling? And I'll go, oh, it's, we've already got our first super chat in. Ivor Clips says, players aren't dumb to fall for, we're going to give you Champions League football if you come. They want to compete, not just play there. Which is a good point. Obviously, I think when they talk about the type of players you can attract with the Champions League, I think it's more a money thing, isn't it? Really, like I said, less than a competing kind of thing. It's more of a, you could get offered a certain amount of money, etc., etc. But I get your point. That's what they always say about the players, don't they? Skilliana says porridge. Jason says I have oxygen for breakfast. Makish says eggs and sourdough toast. That. Yeah, that's not bad going, is it? That's not bad going. Skilliano says Huel is good for a mid-afternoon snack. Yes. Sean says almonds, get your balls reattached, Owen. What's wrong with almonds? And I can confirm, because fellas, you should always check. They're attached. They're very well attached. I'm not going to go any further than that. I don't think it's necessary, but that's right. I can see Flex is here, so we'll get in Fleck. We'll get in Jurgen. Good morning, Fleck.
I mean, sourdough and egg and all that's top. That's top
breakfast. I don't
like that
for that in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need a bit of time. Yeah. But shout out Owen, you're right. I just caught the back end of that. Listen, should be checking, fellas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's attached. That's nothing wrong with that. That's
nothing
what we want to hear, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your mic's a little bit muffled, like a bit, like it's on, but it feels a bit too.
Let me have a listen. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
because it might be a headphones thing.
You reckon? I'll refresh mine, but it feels. Yeah, I'll refresh mine to make sure. But it feels like I don't know.
You never know with Fleck. You never know.
Nah, it's you definitely. It just
definitely me?
It's a bit softer. It feels like you're really like it's a bit muffly, but it's I don't know. It might be small potatoes, but I could just that's fine. Yeah. Like KJ says there, Fleck coming in late with demands. Just saying, got the DJ ear, man. I can hear the tops and the mids. It's a bit Yeah, but I don't know if you've changed anything. But I could definitely notice a change. But it's all right. We'll still get through the show. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm waiting to
Yes.
see confirmation from the chat about it, but they're not saying.
I know they're just talking about me. I mean, can you not hear it?
Yeah.
It's loud. Nice. It's a bit distorted. It's like it's clipping. That's the word. It's a bit too loud. But I don't know what everyone else thinks. I don't know. What do you lot think?
Is it? Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. My everything's on. It's not Flecknology. I promise you, it's not. I'm on the right thing.
That sounds fine for me. He's good.
Nice.
Look at this.
Mate,
look at this guy. He's trying to start rumors. I come in, and just yeah.
It's really weird. Fair enough. The main thing is that it's fine for everyone else. So that's cool. That's cool. That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. That's fine. It's a big day.
Yeah. Maybe that's where it comes from, Flex. Maybe that's where it's come from. You're nervous, you're edgy, you're feeling a bit,
not sure what's going to happen here.
Is the sound too loud? Why? Because it's just the thoughts, they're not thoughting right now. The ears aren't hearing, Is it that?
Today, man. Today. We just got to do it. There's no... we can build up all these different things and, all these different connotations and all of that. Bruno, he's just not going to let it happen, man. He just won't. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, they can't let us go out like this. They can't. At home, 75,000. They're talking about big tifos. We've got our own video with the drone flying around Old Trafford, empty Old Trafford, building it. Like, we're doing the thing we cuss Arsenal for doing. Like, look at these lot building it. For Europa League Thursday night quarterfinal, Lyon. We are building this up, bro.
It did tickle me of we've got our first Tifo ever, Flex. And everyone's like, I don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit.
Through.
Exactly. But also, though, it's two things, isn't it? One, don't give a shit because I just want to go through. Two, we don't actually do them things. It's not something that really happened. The most we've done, obviously when Sir Alex, we've got the 20, they give out a few things to hold up. I've done that a couple of times. But big tifos hanging from the mast order, the big thing in the stretch, especially in the stretch. They don't normally, we roll out the flags and stuff, Red Army and stuff like that. But this is obviously in Sir Alex across the whole thing, I believe, in it. So
yeah.
It's not something we normally do. We kind of pride ourselves on we're Man United, mate.
Well, it's weird, isn't it?
It's not really what we do.
When we do see them, we're watching a game, and was it I think I saw one of Newcastle recently. They did one, and he's doing. You go, we never do that. We never do that. But then, like you said, it's not our culture. It's sort of like, well, yeah, but we don't really do that. You know what I mean? That's not really.
We're Man United. You're coming to the theatre of dreams. That's enough.
And also, you said, it'd be. I'd get it if it was right, we're doing a Tifo because we're in the Champions League semi-final, second leg at Old Trafford, and we're trying to get to the final, or it's last day of the season, we're going for a title race, or something. But when you go, when's your first Tifo? Europa League quarterfinal, mate. Against Lyon at home. You go,
yeah. It's not a big night under the lights against Real Madrid to get through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Or something like that.
And also that we need a really big atmosphere tonight at Old Trafford. Why? Because we want to beat Lyon to go through to the Europa League semi-finals.
Right, who plays for Lyon? Have they got Lacazette and that, Matic and Maitland-Niles, isn't it? I love this. Chalaboy, if you're a big Shannon Sharp fan or a big NBA fan, you know that he's got various different Lakers in fives. They're brilliant, and he makes up different rhyming things. Oh, and I don't know if you've seen them. I'll have to send them to you. It's
I have not.
Okay. It's obviously gone there, but Owen is proper funny. He basically Shannon Sharp, yeah? Have you heard of Shannon Sharp?
I know who Shannon Sharp is.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that a couple of months ago he was on Instagram and he didn't think he was?
I mean, I thought he was going to sort of say ex-NFL player, really top pundit. Obviously, he was skipping Shannon, first. But
that is him.
There also is a massive thing to the side of Uncle Sharp that, yes, he was live when he didn't think he was live.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's who I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
from the broadcast, well, I mean, he technically was broadcasting that day too.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. I was more thinking about, just his breakdown of the games, and LeBron is his GOAT and Lakers is, but you do know who he is correctly. There's different ways to know who someone is. So yeah, that was wild. Technically, like KJ said, technically he was broadcasting, he was live. So
I remember our truth was in the chat and he was going, Talunk, what's going on? And he was doing his version of commentary. It was hilarious.
Oh, Uncle Sharp, man. Uncle Shannon, man. Uncle Shan. Just, yeah. Obviously, he's released a statement after that and he's moved on a long time. But anyway, back to the original point. What he does earn, because, what he loves Lakers so much. Doesn't care who they're up against. Doesn't care how much the odds are stacked against them. And obviously, it's, it's a game. There's 7 games in the playoff, right? So he always backs Lakers to win in 5. Yeah, is his thing. But he brings up all these rhyming things. So you lot keep putting them in because they're funny. And he goes, so in the context of this, it'll be Ray and Shirky, beef jerky, Thanksgiving turkey, United in 5. But he'd say Lakers in 5. You know what I mean? Gotcha. He done a Logan Paul one, which was really funny. Oh, someone just put that one there as well. Where is it? There you go. Chris Paul used to play for the Celtics. Chris Paul, Jack Paul, Logan Paul, Lakers in 5. Like he always does it. He just makes up. You can get a garden, you can get a pardon. Something. Lakers in 5. So what they were doing there was Ray and Shirky, beef jerky, Christmas, Thanksgiving turkey, United in 5, which is United in 2, I suppose. But doesn't quite transmit into the football thing. But it's
maybe it just means how quickly Man United are going to concede. United inside 5.
Oh no, Owen. This is when we're going to score in 5. United in 5.
Yeah, United in 5 against Real Sociedad. I mean, it was in sort of 5-10 minutes, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
That was a fun one. OKC, UFC, KFC, Lakers in 5. Mo drama, Onana, United losing 5. Chill, you lot, man. Chill. But yes, the Tifo, back to Tifo thing and trying to harvest the atmosphere. It just shows where we're at in it. Even our admin and the club, they had to run it past Bruno, mate. Bruno, you right? You right with this, Captain? You right? Let me have a look at the plans. Have a look. What are you gonna do? Where's that going? Sir Alex, what color is it? Yeah. All right. Yeah, that'll motivate us more. Yeah. That's fine. We'll go for that.
I liked the. I think they should do a Tifo like they did. Was it last season against Fulham away when it was just someone holding up a sign saying "Play like you care"?
Yeah, a big, massive one. Play like you mean it tonight.
Play like you mean it. Yeah, something like that. But I mean, you know what? What I will say, and maybe this is the life of a fan. Yeah, Flex. This is the life of a fan, of a supporter. Is that I haven't really, in my mind, in my brain, I haven't really gone down the route of what happens if we go out. I haven't even acknowledged that, and I'm not really going to acknowledge it. I'm not.
Well, I was going to say, should we acknowledge it? Should we talk about what it could look like? I think we should.
Because the other day when we were talking about it, and sort of I briefly acknowledged. I didn't open the door. I just
acknowledge me.
I got a glass and sort of put my ear up to it. That's the closest I did. Right. I thought the reaction when it comes to Amorim, and the manner of which we would go out, because we saw at the weekend, we saw. I referenced it after the game.
Knew he was going to lose.
I went, I referenced it after the game. The super chats were flying in, the chats were flying in, and I went, things are turning a little bit here. There's a bit of a seedy underbelly to this. There's a bit of an underbelly Amorim thing going on.
Yeah, there is.
And I was like, ooh. And then that's where my mind went, what would happen on Thursday if we went out? I went, shit.
Owen, here's what will happen. Here's what it is, right? Let's just call it as it is. We know what will happen if we go out on Thursday. Today. I would say a a large portion of the fan base, online as well, like in our communities and that, they will say get him out. They will. There was a large portion. I'm not saying the majority. I'm saying a large portion, a loud portion, whether that's a minority or whether it's a loud minority or an overwhelming majority. There's gonna be a loud portion when you see in these comments and when you go online. It will be no 14th in the league, out in the quarterfinals against Matic and Lacazette, and not even a great Leon side. Get out of my club. Fraud. Never should have come. Don't make the same mistake by giving this clown money and do what we did with Ten Hag. Just get rid now. No point. It didn't work. Get someone for the summer. Go back to change this. That's what will happen. That will happen. I'm telling you that now. I'm telling you now, Owen. And then the media, I think it's different to decipher like he should lose his job versus like just piling in because it's terrible. They've got every excuse to go in. So that's like a free hit. It's like you can't expect to wake up tomorrow morning and the aftermath of the game having gone out, that it's not a free-for-all frenzy for the media. It's perfect for them. They're gonna line up. Yes, tomorrow it'll be discussions about is he the right guy? It'll be discussions around what do Ineos do? It will be awful. But for the people that are sticking to the script, which I will say this now. Whether we go out or not, well, obviously if we don't go out, then yes. If we go out tonight, for me, nothing changes. For me, if I'm being honest and rational about where I'm at. And the reason why is because I'm still saying it doesn't change the fact that I believe, in my opinion, I don't know what you guys are thinking in the chat, he needs to get to the summer and reset. That it could be with a Europa League, which is better, or without a Europa League. But it still doesn't change the fact that he hasn't imprinted his squad. He hasn't brought his players in. He's had a shit time. That is partly his fault as well. But what's the point in bringing him in mid-season to change everything if you ain't actually going to have the bollocks to see it through and give him players? Then you may as well have just not brought him here.
I think, this is the point. I mean, this was the point I was making even way back with Eric. But he says there's two extremes: one who don't put any accountability on the manager, and ones who put all the accountability on the manager. And that's it. That's it. If we were to go out tonight, then of course there'd be a level of accountability on Ruben Amorim. He's Man United head coach. Yeah. But just asking those questions or just having those conversations does not mean, he's got to go, or it's never going to work out. It's never going to happen. Or we start just sort of aimlessly blaming no club's ever going to do anything with 3-4-3. You go, what? Like Inzaghi last night, he's in the Champions League semi-final playing the back three. Like, what are we talking about here? So, and like at the weekend, we lost 4-1. You can talk about the players, absolutely. You can talk about Ruben Amorim. Of course you can. He's Man United head coach, and you can have those wider conversations. Like we've said over the last few shows, I think that I wouldn't make a change. I don't really see the point at this point in time. I think, like you said, summer transfer window. But also I do think that Amorim, and he'll say this himself, he probably does have to improve. He does.
He does. And does.
And he's got to get results. And certainly for next season, if we're in the same position, like we said, October, November, and we're in this level of form where we can't even put a couple of wins together. Yeah, of course he's going to be under massive trouble. But at the same time, if he's got near enough the exact same squad in November or October, then we know what the results are going to be. He cannot, and he's almost said this himself. He cannot get more or get better out of this group that he's currently got.
And that's the pushback on some people who think he should be doing better. The pushback is that.
Because if he could, he would have at this point. He would have got more out of it.
But that's why some people are saying he's not good. That's the thing I'm saying. And the problem we've got...
Can you just give them, a blank check? But a lot of players, not every manager gets 11 players. But then others say, but if you back him for time, for several years, then he will get his players. So then that's when it will come good. Arteta, when he came in, Arsenal were a mid-table team. Now they're in the Champions League semi-final because through good or bad, they've kept going. But then the pushback to that is, but there has been gradual improvement under Arteta.
That's what I'm saying. If there's no gradual improvement, this is what I'm not naive enough to think. If there isn't gradual improvement to earn the time, he's probably going to have to go. I'll be real. I'll be honest. I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm just saying with how football is viewed and what will probably happen. Because if you like you said, the Arteta thing, I know we even said with Eric, don't judge. You still got to be careful how you do it. But the difference is, like they say, Arteta did it with phase 7 with no trophies. No trophies. We're laughing at them, but no one's going. They're in the semi-finals of the thing, but look, they don't win no trophies. It ain't got better. There's no doubt they've got better. There's no discussion about that. There's no discussion. Even though they haven't got over the line to win trophies, that's a different thing. So we can argue that we've been better than you in this period because we've won 2 trophies. But who would you rather be now? Let's just be real about it. We're talking about Tifos against Leon, scared, and they've just dusted down. Because now they've actually done something a bit significant in Europe. You went and dusted down Real Madrid home and away, mate. So there's a tangible thing. And with how it's left in the draw and stuff, it's like, you got a chance. It's fair game. Do you know what I mean? And because you're good and how you're actually performing, it wasn't like, just about got through, you know. And the league position in 5 years, yeah, exactly, has improved. So you have to see. So to flip it back to us, it ain't going to be enough just to say, like, you got them players, he can't do nothing. He's still, and he knows it. You have to show improvement. He knows this. He's been telling us this. He's been telling us this. I've got no problem. That's why I'm like, that's probably why I'm more calm about it all. Like, I'm worried, and I don't know if Amorim is going to be the right guy. I'm backing him to be, and I don't think he should be sacked in the summer, regardless what happens. I think he should get that time. But I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know what sort of players are going to buy him. I don't know if he's going to be allowed to have the respect that he needs. I don't know if he gets what he wants and hits the ground running and says, I told you so, that's all I needed. I don't know. And the problem that we've got is the sample size that we've seen isn't strong enough to suggest that it will go the positive way. It's been so bad that you haven't seen an inclination of the improvement to go, there was enough there, see? So if you just give him this and if you just give him that, he'll be all right. It doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like that. I'll be honest.
I said that a few shows ago. And actually, I might put a poll in the chat in just a second. If you ask me, will Ruben Amorim be a success at Manchester United? I couldn't tell you that one way or the other. And that's not even like, give an opinion. So you're sitting on the fence. That is, I don't know, because from the evidence that we've seen, you would probably say no. But there are a lot of other intangible factors of, in the summer, is he going to get backed? Is he going to get the right players? Is he going to get, a wing back here and these players are going to get moved on? And is it just that he needed a preseason? Are those questions, we don't know the answers to.
We don't know.
But so far, we never had a new manager bounce, which is kind of, what you would expect to see somewhat. We've remained the same, if not got a little bit worse, let's be honest. Players, you struggle to name a player that's got better under him over the last however many months he's been here. But then at the same time, you almost then have to sort of dissect of, well, is that totally on him? Are these players in this squad just completely washed? And is it just so toxic there that ever since, Eric went, it was just a case of getting to the end of the season? And there's been such a state of flux in the football club for the last year or so that they have just literally, written off the season, and that's the focus. I don't know. So that's why with all of those ones, I was like, I don't know. Yeah. I hope so. I hope he will be a success. And as much as I think we have to be careful and not fall down the same trap that we did last season, whereby if we were to win Europa League, that's just like, we had a good season. No, there is still major surgery that has to happen to that squad in the summer, because as we saw last summer, just winning a trophy at the end does not mean everything's sorted and fixed. And it doesn't even necessarily mean like positivity's coming later on down, because as we've seen, a bad team can win a cup. Bad team can win a cup. It's a one-off. Cup football is way different to obviously the Premier League, week in, week out. So even if we have the successful end to the season, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. Like I said, he should get the summer, but also going into the beginning of next season, he has to hit the ground running. He has to. Like,
you have to see it. We have to see
the time that he's being afforded now, and he should be afforded now, will not transfer over into next season.
No,
like there is a limit on it.
Flex, would you qualify gradual improvement based on the number of players Amorim's afforded? And this is where you're talking about it there. Like, there is context. You know, there is. You have to apply context. You have to see what sort of summer we have, because if it is just mainly the same player and a couple of sprinkled young ones, you go, what's happened here? But then you go, whose decision is that? If Amorim's co-sign, we have to see the feeling of the window. Is it? You know what I mean? I know, obviously, you want to back Amorim, and he's very sure about what he wants. You know, he's co-signed Patrick Dorgu as one of the first signings. You know, the early signs are looking like he's raw. What's going on there? Okay, interesting. Fair play. He's just got here. But that's his first signing. He's co-signed Aiden Heaven. For initial signs with that in 2 games are looking all right. Snip. So but we haven't seen what it's like to really aggressively go in a summer window where you can get proper targets and main starters. We haven't seen that. So we have to see it. We have to see who goes, how creative they get with the transfers, how much they can wangle, because we need at least 5 players. We have to. Did you get 5 players last year?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. I mean, look, tonight, this is the thing. We said this in the preview too, that tonight because obviously Onana's playing. He said it. Andre Onana will start. Andre Onana is playing. Now it's on Ruben. Because he had a decision and he did have a choice. You know, obviously took him out of the weekend. Said it was about, you know, just to clear his mind, what have you. If Andre Onana makes a mistake tonight, or he's shaky, or he costs us the game, then obviously people will be talking about Onana. People will be saying, get him out of the club. He's terrible. He's rubbish, blah, blah, blah. But there will now be an element of that A word again, accountability, that goes to Amorim, because they'll say, well, you played him. You knew, you took him out of the weekend, and you knew this was possible with him, and you played him. Hey, that's on you.
So is our stance then? So does that mean that because we're saying that, are we saying that basically he should be playing Bayern in this game? Is that because that's us saying that?
If it was me, I would still play Bayern, because my thing is, apart from obviously the 4th goal, I don't think you could have done anything about the 3 goals at the weekend. On top of that, the mistake that he did make, whilst it's a bad mistake, I think that is a mistake that any goalkeeper can make. With that,
Skiliano says there, Ruben is damned if he does or doesn't, because both goalkeepers have made mistakes in the last 2 games. What can he do? Because that's what I'm saying. Some people will see it like, I take your point, because I agree. I'd probably still feel more comfortable with Bayern just for the mechanics side of it. Maybe not making a stupid error, but playing out, probably not much in it. Onana's better with his feet, I'd say, marginally, but still make stupid decisions. Chris says he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. I think this one might be quite equal, you know. I think there's a lot of fans that will be like, listen, like you said, Bayern ain't good. Maybe he ain't that good. Ruben hasn't really got. You could play Onana, because if he plays Onana, is he going to get mad praise for playing him? What I'm saying.
The thing is, that's what I mean. But also as well, this is the risk you take when you're a manager anyway. You know, you pick the team. So if the person you pick scores a goal, you get praised. If they miss an open goal, you get criticised. That's how it works. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to it, though, the mistake that Bayern made was just kicking out from the back. The best goalkeepers in the world make that mistake. I'm not saying Bayern is the best goalkeeper in the world. I've been on record of saying he's pretty shit. We don't have a good goalkeeper on the books at Old Trafford. But the mistakes that Onana has made are fundamental goalkeeping technical errors. He can't dive. He can't catch a ball. He parries it into danger. And obviously, if Bayern was playing and he did that, then it'll be like, so you made the wrong decision. But I would, on the flip side, I wouldn't even have the confidence that Onana wouldn't make that mistake either. Really. And, you know, maybe it's just a way of nudging across the Onana situation that he leaves in the summer. You didn't play your most important game. Would he be afforded?
Let me paint this picture then. If he played Bayern, which one would be the worst outcome? Playing Onana and he messed up again the week after messing up, when you tried to take him out and calm him down, but you went with him, or playing Bayern when he did make that 4th goal mistake, which was the only one he made, playing him and he messed up and we went out. Would he be afforded more luxury by going with the keeper who hasn't got the long track record, that doesn't play that much? Would we be like, you know what?
I think we saw it last week, Flex, with if Onana plays, which he will, and he makes a mistake, the meltdown will be far bigger than it was with Bayern. Far, far bigger. We saw it last week.
We should do a poll here, I think. Just is Ruben right to pick Nav? Agreed, Nav. Neither. This is a tough one. Yeah, I agree with you. I think if obviously it's hard we're painting perfect pictures here, and you both can't happen to find out. But if he played Bayern Deer and he messed up, there'll be less noise for the guy who doesn't really play and we took a gamble on, because the main guy has shown us many times, opportunities.
And it still reflects on Onana, because it'd be like, mate, you're making so many mistakes, and the number 2's playing in the most important game of the season. You know, what's happened to you? You can't get... It'd be one thing if we still had like Romero on the books, you know, someone who played in a World Cup final. He still have Victor Valdez on the books or whatever. You know what I mean? When you go, that's a top keeper, you can get dropped for him, but you're getting dropped for Bayern Deer. You know, that's how bad you've been. You're getting dropped for someone that's got no business playing at all. No business.
Lil Yo says, I actually think it's worse that we don't play Onana. Let me know why, Yo. Type out why it's worse if we don't play him. And anyone who's basically on the Onana side of this, let us know why you think Onana should play. And let us know why other people, let us know why you think Bayern Deer should play. And like where Ruben stands in this. I know I'm asking you to kind of type out a little bit of paragraphs, but I just want you guys to get involved, because I think this is proper. It's actually really even. They're both crap.
In the chat.
No, let's see that. See, Joe Blackman saying, don't play Onana, because Onana is a better goalkeeper than Bayern Deer. Is Onana better than Bayern Deer?
On his best day, yes. And if he's even on his average day, yes. But he's not having average days or his best days.
Onana has experience.
I looked at the. I don't know if you saw this clip, Flex. It was floating around on social media. And I think it was from a documentary about Sir Alex Ferguson, his time at Man United. And it was talking about when Man United won the FA Cup final against Crystal Palace, Fergie's first trophy, and was saying that he was playing Jim Leighton in goal during that game.
Oh, yeah.
And Jim Leighton, he brought him in from Aberdeen, won trophies at Aberdeen, top goalkeeper, right? But he was making mistakes. Now, he made a mistake in the FA Cup final. Eventually, Man United draw it. It's that same game where Ian Wright came on, scored the goals, and Palace thought they'd won. Comes to the replay. This is when it was a replay. And on the Wednesday or whatever, on the Wednesday, drops Jim Leighton for the backup goalkeeper. And in the documentary, they're talking to Alex Ferguson, and he goes, Jim Leighton was a better goalkeeper than this other keeper. I knew it. He was a better goalkeeper, but he had made too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. He went, I told him, he even said, my assistant manager said, you can't drop him. It'll kill Big Jim. It'll kill him. And he went, but you have to go with your gut and you have to go with your decision. And he said, the other goalkeeper, he went, he wasn't a good goalkeeper, but he thought he was.
But he thought he was.
But that's the key thing. That's the key thing.
Mentality.
It's mentality. It's in his head. So it's not about necessarily quality-wise who is better. Andre Onana is better than Bayern Deer. Of course he is. And if Andre Onana was playing an average game or a good game, we saw earlier on in the season, at one point he had the most clean sheets in the Prem. If he's on his best day, then yes. But he's not on his best day. He's in his head. He's literally just been dropped to clear his head because his head's been that messed up. And sometimes that's when it's worth going with the backup, because the backup believes in himself more than the actual first choice does at the moment. And goalkeeper, it's just a pressure position. It's all in your mind. And if Sir Alex Ferguson can do that for an FA Cup final replay, just 3 days later after a final, then of course we can do it for Europa League quarterfinal. Are you kidding me? So I saw that and I went, there's your precedent. Right.
Yo says, because it's kind of like this. It's make or break. Both aren't the best. But if Onana overcomes today, it will mean more. It's risky either way. He also says a focused Onana is better than Bayern Deer, sadly. But both are dead food. Yeah, Onana as a number one is terrible and not what we need. But is he better than Altay Bayındır in his best moment? Yes. But is Onana in his best moment? No. Will he bounce back? This is more about the mental thing. Actually, but it's not just the mental thing, because technically he's still bad. Like, the mechanics is still bad. Even if he's strong here, that's half the problem. To be honest with Andre Onana, up until I've never seen a keeper do such mad stuff, but be still mentally strong, mentally secure. He's still comfortable within his own self. Listen, I was in the team of the year, thing, mate. I'm not rubbish. No, but you are rubbish. So he doesn't believe he's rubbish. He believes he's a wicked goalkeeper. I played for Ajax, man. I played for Ajax, won titles. Played for Inter. Did he win the league with Inter? He's only there 1 year. Didn't win the league. Was he only there 1 year, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't win the league there. But he's won trophies in his career. Won the FA Cup, whether you want to cuss him and stuff. So he believes he's good. But
that's
in this moment,
facts.
I know. I'm saying what he believes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He might not believe
he
that.
believes he's good. Look at mate. Look what he done. If he don't believe he's wicked and the way he's come back against Matic shows us what he believes in his head versus the real reality. The real reality is that he's not good. But the actual, the delusion is that but his mentality is that he's good. He's walking up to the ultras. We
don't know that in his head. I mean, of course, the natural reaction if someone calls you out is to be like, defend yourself. I'm the best. I'm the best. But that's to the media. I'm talking about inside your head where no one else can hear you.
He's scared inside his head.
I'm not saying he's scared, but I don't think that just because he says part of life or goes up to the ultras or says stuff to the media, and that means guarantees. Oh, he's got his mentality is great. We don't know that. We have no idea. We don't see it behind closed doors. We don't see.
I think it's delusion. I think what he thinks is the. And I spoke to him loads of times. Like I feel he's somebody. And to be, you're right. We don't know, but my thing on it is that I see a person who doesn't see how crap they are. It's delusion. So the delusion is the self-confidence in yourself, where in your inside here, you're sick. You're one of the best goalkeepers in the world. I've played for 3 of the biggest clubs in Europe, mate. I'm a sick keeper. I think he thinks that. He thinks that. Because when he makes all these mistakes and you see it in him and how he speaks, and I don't think in his head he's thinking, shit, what am I going to do on Thursday? Oh my God, I'm bricking it. I'm not sure about this. To come out with wired headphones, go to the ultras, looking around, he embraces it. But he does. It's delusion because he doesn't know he's actually crap. You see what I'm saying?
I think that moment when he makes those mistakes and they immediately pan to his face. I think that's the real goal.
Oh shit!
I've done it again. Because again, I've been in that
place
think, when you make.
I think it's just vacant in there, bro. I don't think he thinks.
I'm telling you, and obviously,
so
look,
passive.
I'm not played to the same level Andre Onana, obviously, but as someone has made mistakes in goal, and it plays on your mind. It does. It does. Then you start hesitating, you start overcompensating. And that's when you start saying certain things of part of life. I was one of the best goalkeepers in the world. I was in the Champions League final. That's for me, that's overcompensating. That's trying to project. Because eventually, Flex, if I say it enough times, I myself might actually believe it, basically. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. Why do you have to keep saying it if you already know it?
I just think he believes it.
You don't need to. I feel like he wants to believe it and wants to say it, but I'm telling you, if you make those level of mistakes continuously over and over and over and over again, it plays on your minds. And I think that it becomes a bit of a front when it comes to all of it. It's all in your head. That's what I'm saying. As a keeper, it is all in your head.
I just think.
And in terms of the poll, by the way, the poll is literally it is over 200 votes. 51% say Onana, 49% say Bayern.
Wow.
So it's near enough 50-50.
Look at that. That's what I'm saying. And that's why. But guess what? You're right. If he F's up tonight, it will be 100%. Look how it was after last game. No one agrees that he should be. Well, it's weird because 50% of our chat now, over 1,100 people watching, smash a like, by the way, think that he should be playing. But that 51%, if he F's it up, will all be on him. It's not like a support of we can't mistake it for no, they're 100% behind it. It's just in the context of what we asked them. Would you play? Who would you play? But if he goes on to make a mistake, that 51% then would they believe? Would they ease off on Ruben? Because when you're saying it's on his head be it because you made the choice. I would love to know if this same 51%. Would they be like, well, look, I said he should have started before because he's not much better than Bayern's not much better than him. So I get why Ruben. I'm just on Onana. I'm not even cussing Ruben. Be interesting to see what percentage of the 51 would do that because it does. You're right. When we see it play out, it's different. It's especially because it means we'll probably be out. It means we'll probably be out. So I'm telling you now, Owen, I reckon maybe even 100% of that 51%. Probably all of them would be Ruben, you idiot. Even though they said, like, 51% should start him today. Fair, like, Ruben ain't really got anywhere to turn. I would love to know how much would feel like that if he messes up.
Like you said, you live and die by your decisions. Though.
Yeah,
I mean,
you've got to have accountability.
If Onana makes a big save or has a good game, saves a penalty tonight, we'll be like, Ruben handled it perfectly, got it spot on. Ultimately, I hope, that we don't even have to talk about Onana after the game. I hope for good or for bad. You can't even say, did he have a good game? Did he have a bad game? Because if he's had a good game, that means he's made quite a few saves and we were under the cosh. Don't want to talk about it like that. If he's had a bad game, it's because he's made mistakes. And oh my God, you don't want that to happen. So I just want a situation where, a bit like when we played Sociedad at home after the game, did we talk about Onana after that? No. You know?
But he can have a good game by making some big, like, kept us in it and then we went on to win. Like
I said, I don't want that.
But it could be 1-1, but he made a massive save. But it could be like he had nothing to do all game. We were very, very dominant. Just that lucky free kick that deflected, went back the other way, and he's tipped it round the post. Tell you what, that was good.
Right,
that's the only way.
If it's deflecting the other way, he's not getting back to it. He's not getting back to it.
See, no.
He's not. He doesn't. Have you seen his? Have you seen his footwork? Have you seen his footwork of how he dives? We couldn't believe it against Newcastle. Bayern dived past the post, and we went, bloody hell! I haven't seen that for a while. I mean, some of the goals conceded have been in the middle of the goal this season. You can't get his feet out of him. It's like it just. I just hope.
Guy says, give him some credit. He makes big saves every game.
Every game. Every game.
He doesn't make them every game. He has made some big saves before. He has made some big saves.
Yes, he has made some big saves. Even in the FA Cup final, we made big saves before he threw one in the back of the net.
Yeah,
you know, but
there's always a caveat.
He has made good saves, but you know, not every game. That's not true. Yeah.
Where are we? Did we do any of these?
I did that one.
Okay. So second one, Mac. Big up to Mac. Says, not sure if it's a bad omen, but a guy named Rasmus had an absolute stinker in his presentation for our morning meeting today. Hoyland, I beg you today. I've never heard the name Rasmus anywhere else apart from our Rasmus Hoyland. So is he Danish? Is he Danish, Mac, as well? Want to know that, Rasmus? Is your at work? Is the guy Danish? Be interesting to know. Krista says, you come in here, Fleck, on KG interruption vibes and start questioning OWENnology. We need APA merch as well. Amorim Protection Agency is here. Yeah, you know what? APA. That's we could. That's a really good idea. We can do it literally like how whatever the logo was with the APA for the
APA. Their logo.
Yeah.
Write it down. Where's Just Josh Media, Graphics Square, Visual Ninja?
Yes, let me write that in our little private thing there. APA. Yeah, there you go. Ravel says, if Onana has it has an error. It could be a horror. In the first 30 minutes, will Amorim pull him? Nah, he won't. I fear if he has one, he will stumble again like last game, but Bayern made the choice harder. That's true. Imagine he does that in like the first 20. You wouldn't just take him off at half time, would you? You've got to ride it out. Yeah. Giggles and Glutes says, morning fam, Flex, I sent you a business proposal on Instagram. Let me know if you are keen. Have a lovely Easter, everyone. I'll big up Giggles and Glute. I will check that. Thank you. Big up to you. Have a great Easter as well, man. Joe, I always love that name, Giggles and Glutes as well. Such a good fitness kind of name. Come to this fitness class, you can catch jokes and get your glutes sorted. Like, do you know what I mean? Giggles and Glutes, good name. It's got a nice ring to it. Joe Fleming says, Onana's errors are handling. Bayern should start. It's like what you were saying, Owen, innit? He tried to play out and pass it to Joe Linton, but the actual handling, come for a couple of crosses, punch, just about dealt with things better than Onana. Terence Pace here every morning showing love. Big up to you, Terence. Says, fans turn against Ruben Amorim. A new coach comes in. Couple of good games. We start to lose again. Sacked. Rinse and repeat. There is no pleasing these people. Fans want success here and now. Let him work. Let him work. Ravel says, check my first super chat when you're talking goalkeepers. Literally just did that. So big up to you, Ravel. And Nem says, Onana is a liability. At least Altai can do basics. A lot of people are going down that one, isn't it? But these fundamentals are better. Catch the Deal says, at this point, Man United is embarrassing and damaged beyond repair. You guys deserve an award. We got one already. We got one
YouTube
already.
Channel of the year, mate. YouTube Channel of the year, 2024.
We deserve an award. We deserve an award. We got one. We already have one. Award-winning channel.
You might not believe it. Us two right here, sports journalists, mate. Yeah, journalists.
Crazy. How
sports
mad
journalism.
is that?
Journalism.
You
Do you know
come
that's the
here
problem
for
is
sports
now
journalism.
when people sort of do the whole, well, you're journalists, you got to be careful. Kind of difficult, isn't it? Because we've actually won the award.
Yeah. No. I'm not a journalist. We're talking about.
We're talking about literally won an award.
If anything, we're proof that there's different types of journalists and journalism is changing. You can be like us, which is, I mean, how do you describe us? Silly, honest, funny, crazy, sometimes not factual.
No.
Don't break that much exclude, like, it's not really,
No.
but you can be, but you can still be classed as a journalist. We're inspiration to you that you don't have to be David Ornstein to be a journalist. There's different types of journalists. Yeah. We're in the same room, same stage as David Ornstein. So if anything, you should be thinking, this is possible. I can do this. This is inspiration. That's what you should be taking from this.
We won an awards to at the same awards to as David Ornstein.
We're proving that we've come through and we've changed the scene. That's what we're proving. We're proving that, you know what I mean? They have to stand up and go, got to take them guys seriously. Which is what happened, by the way.
Yeah, they
really, like the love.
The
love, genuine love from the mainstream, including David Ornstein, Laurie Whitwell, give me a big hug, messaged me, mate, still made up. He messaged me the next day, Laurie Whitwell says, mate, so made up for you. Yeah. All the guys at Sky, and I was in the category with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was all in the category with them. And, they all, so we beat them to it. And they were still like, oh, mate, couldn't have happened to a better channel. Like, well done. Like, they were buzzing. So it just shows that you win the respect of them. And to some people, that's not important. You don't have to earn people's respect to know that you're doing all right. You should never do that and base your sole, gratification or your sole progress off of, do other people rate you? It's nice if they do, but if they don't, keep doing what you're doing. But when you get it for people that actually matter like that, crazy. Right. Dubs Red for Life says, love you guys, man. Keep up the great work. United. Big up to you, Dubs. Been a member for 3 months as well. Thanks for showing love.
A couple of interesting things here as well, Flex. Coming from Build in Germany, they're saying that Manchester United's director of recruitment, Christopher Vivs, has spoken to Eintracht Frankfurt CEO Marcus Crosser about their goalkeeper Kua Santos and his future plans. United have been interested in Santos since last autumn. That's an interesting one. In addition to that, he was also in Germany over the weekend watching Stuttgart versus Leipzig. He wanted to get a closer look at Leipzig's young players and is keeping a close eye on striker Benjamin Šeško. I don't know. But we have been the last couple of days. We have been linked to a couple of goalkeepers. I saw obviously there was one from Torino. I think it was yesterday. We were being
he used to play for us apparently in the academy.
And I can't say I know a lot about Kua Santos. I think that's his name. But hey, apparently we're looking 22 years old from Brazil. Would you have that, Flex? Would you have that?
I don't know. I've never seen him play.
Not that you know him, but you were saying go to the Bundes. We were saying go to Bundesliga.
Yeah. Go find some. Yes, get scouting and get good money's worth. 100%. 100% knowing. Zion Suzuki. I don't know a lot about him. If I'm honest, I haven't seen him. I don't know.
Does Marcel agree with me?
100%. 100%.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there you go, peeps. It's all on tonight. Oh, my days. I'm going to be going up there shortly. I've got some other stuff to do with Gavin Life, actually. All right, I'll go and see Dr. Andre. Yes, we're going to discuss hamstrings. Yeah, we're going to discuss hamstrings because obviously Joshua Xerxes has gone. So I'm going to get a little bit of a breakdown on that. So I'm leaving shortly. Long day today. I'll be up in Manchester from early. And
Early road trip.
Yeah, early road trip.
What did your prediction? You said it's going to be a close game. You said you might even go extra time, didn't you?
Yeah, man, it's not going to be great. It's not going to be great, man. It's going to be really tough. Nem says, can a voice note be added to the channel? Like 30 seconds. Is that an option?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can. YouTube are missing a trick though. You should be able to have a line where people can voice note in and you can play it.
Yeah, you put your voice notes. Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be good. We'll have to look at that, or maybe we could have like a UV line, or a separate little WhatsApp thing, and then people could send.
Yeah, well, I was going to do try before a text to speech thing, but that's risky.
It's very risky. Email YouTube, mate. Yeah, I'm going to get onto that. It's a good idea. That'd be a great WhatsApp merger. That'd be very good. Well, it's 2025. You never know, mate. Never know. Right, people, lock in tonight. Match view. Of course, Owen, KG. Is Marcel in?
He will get a link. I've asked him. You never know with Marcel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of how it works. But, you know.
We are undoing a Tifo. So, you know, maybe there could be a call into UVHQ as the players are walking out. Oh, you know, it's all going off inside here, mate. I've never heard it this loud before, mate. The Tifo's
I'm participating in the Tifo as well.
Imagine there were just mad little pink post-it notes that everyone I told up saying free Tom Heaton.
I'll be participating. So that'll be doing my bit.
Oh, I can't hear myself think, mate. Owen, mate, it's absolutely crazy in here, mate. You might be one of them, bro. Might be one of them. Yeah. DR later. No, I'm not on DR today. Ketchadil, like I said, got to go up to Manchester. Ketchadil says, we'll win by over 4 goals. Watching from Australia.
I said 3-1, didn't I, in the preview, I think?
Yeah.
3-1.
And Binny says, the Fat Flex says he only gives Amorim until October. It's a disgrace.
Disgrace. Flex.
I'm just saying, if we're not better by then in any way, Paul Merson-Settons, I worry for him. But then again...
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
But then again, Ineos, if they're going to invest heavily into him, they might just give him the whole season again to say, like, listen, firstly, it just depends how bad it gets or doesn't get. So context is everything. But yeah, who knows? Right, peeps, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. See you guys later. I'll be at the game. Hopefully, I'll be catching up with players after the game that are in a good mood because we went through, or probably we won't catch up with anyone because I just want to get out as far.
You'll be sitting in your seat again doing the quick reaction. Oh, just sick of this. Get me out of this.
Because I will. I can't lie. People said early crash out from Fletcher. I know I said we'll win it and all that. If we go out, I'll be different. I know I will, especially with how it could happen. So I cannot. I might calm down the next day on the morning view and all them things there, but I cannot be. I will say this now. I am not responsible for how I'm going to be after the game if it's bad.
Yeah, tomorrow
I will say that now.
Tomorrow might be rough. Yeah,
I will say that now. I'm just telling you now. I will need a time to calm down. So I don't want to hear. But you said don't piss me off more. Don't gaslight me. Let me have, like, we all will need it. We will all need a period of like going mad and letting it all out before we all come. And I'm saying all of us. Yeah, all of us.
Well, if we go out tonight, then for the next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'm just not talking about football. I'm in full Wrestling News 365 mode. Break. Just refuse to talk. It's that subject you don't bring up. You just go, no, I don't talk about that.
Yeah. I do that anyway, Dubs. That's Fletcher's play pure reggae on the way up, old school, not new school. Just I do that every day. Arts KG and like Arts Josh. Like that's just all I do, bro. That's all I listen to. And obviously dancehall, but so yeah, I'm gonna have to just chill out.
I'm telling you, it'll be Gemma Collins' situation. I'll just be like, can we not talk about that? And I'll just start crying. I'll just do that. Can we not?
Just don't. Just maybe not. There you go. CH says, Flex, you're allowed to crash out today. It would be justified, don't worry. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's on the same page. We all agree. Like, we're all allowed to do what we want to do. Like, I get it. If people are going to be like, I'm out. I'm not going to judge anybody in the moment, like the immediate 24 hours. Once we've calmed down is when we speak about it. But yeah. Anyway, peeps, we're out of here. Take care. See you later. Believe. Peace.